How's it going, everybody? Today what we're going to do is we're going to be making a homemade gasket. Why? Because I'm broke. Gaskets like this typically only cost $3.89 off of like Rock Auto or something. Takes a couple days ship, not expensive at all, but like I just said, I'm broke, so we're going to learn how to do a homemade gasket. I saw a lot of things online about people using like cardboard, like cereal boxes to make gaskets. I want to see A, if that's possible, and B, how well do they work? It'll kind of be like an experiment I do. Make the gaskets and just simply see how long it lasts. I want to see if we can make our own. Now there's two methods of this. There's the one where you could trace the old gasket, and then there's making a new gasket from scratch. I'm going to show you both ways today, but this is the first one we're going to do is we're going to trace a gasket. So, some of the things that we're going to need is cardboard from a cereal box. I already tried this out, that's why there's a chunk missing from it, but let me just get some scissors and get this out. Yeah, so here's the gasket. What we're going to do is we're going to get a pen. I'm using a Sharpie S-Gel pen, even though nobody probably cares. I'm using these pens because they're deeper in color, I guess. Easier, right? And you want to trace the gasket. When you're tracing it, you want to make sure the tip of the pen is facing wherever line you're drawing. And then make sure your gasket, your old gasket, does not move at all. Alright, boom. So when you're done tracing it, tracing it, take it off, and ta-da, you have your model gasket. This is what our new gasket's going to look like. Believe it or not, this is our new gasket. And like I said, I'm using like a box from Captain Crunch, except for it's, oops, all berries, because that's very ridiculous. Anywho, we're going to cut out just the outside of it. On the gasket first, so make cutting it in the future a little bit more, or cutting it later on, make it a little bit more easier to do. So now you got that part out. Now what you do is you want to go around the edge and start cutting around the edge. This one you want to start being a little careful. I know for me on this one I'm going to create like a tab. Alright? Yeah, so I'm creating a tab so that when it's sitting in the engine I could just like look at it and see how it's doing. I won't be able to look at the inside of the gasket from that point, but it'll give me a rough idea of how the engine's treating it. And you want to very carefully go along the lines here. Look at that. Looking snazzy. Can you guys see it? Now what you want to do is you want to start cutting out the little cylinders on the inside out. I want to just say for the record, when you're doing this, you want to be very careful not to cut yourself with the scissors or even a pocket knife. Just because you don't, I mean, a lot of dangerous things going on around here. I want you guys to be careful, so make sure you stay away from things like self-doubt and tuberculosis, as those could both be very killer. Also, if you guys have an X-Acto knife, use it, just because it'll make the whole process of cutting these out easier. I'm just going to be using this knife because I'm broke, says the guy making gaskets out of cardboard. So just be very, very careful about that. And also make sure you do it on a hard surface. What? You guys wouldn't get it. She went to a different school. So I painfully managed to get all the little circles cut out and then the little bolt holes cut out. Like I said, I'm leaving the EGR part blank. I might just actually open it up a little bit. I don't really know yet. Let me figure out what I want to do. I'm just going to cut it out. So after using this, my X-Acto knife skills did not get any better. They're still equally as garbage as they were when I started. But now Captain Crunch is, oops, looking like Swiss cheese now. So here's the gasket, which I'm glad I made it. Looks pretty cool. There's another method to making a gasket, and I'll show you that now. Alright, so next I got another piece of cardboard. This one actually hold sodas. Cut some more trimmings off. And so what we're going to do is you want to, for the second method, it's not going to involve an old gasket or your remade gasket. Set those off to the side. Yeah. Going to involve something a little different, so let's clean this workspace up a little bit. Just go involve whatever you're making the gasket from or for. It's going to be hard trying to get this in the shot, but we're going to try. A hammer with a ball end to it. So, a little ball part. Now, if you're doing this with aluminum, be careful. If you're not doing this with aluminum, still be careful. As you want to try to find the edge. Let me see if I can find it. This actually got to probably all fit on one side. Let me try this real quick. Bam. Have this over your gasket. You want to see here the hammer. And you want to keep repeatedly tapping it. Boom. You want to keep going until, mine is right here, the new gasket kind of just comes out. Ta-da! Tap it around the hammer, press fit it, and then the hammer hits it on the edge enough to cut out the exact shape out. And that is what we did. Now you do the same thing for everything. So you want to go by each of the cylinders, each of the bolt holes, everything. Now I'm not going to need another gasket, so I'm not going to sit there and punch up all the other holes. This method with the hammer is way quicker, but your arm gets tired way faster. Yeah, so I only needed this one gasket. I'm going to stick with this one gasket. I like how it came out. One second, I need something. So, for quick things, for anyone who doesn't know, I just passed 100 subscribers, so if you're subscribed to me, and I get to see your name and stuff, I put your name on the gasket that I just made, so you guys can see it. Here's all of it. Show you guys all the names. Maybe your name might be in it. If it's not, it's for one or two reasons. You're A, either not subscribed, or B, you have it set to where people don't know who you subscribe to. That includes me as the creator. It will just say like someone has subscribed. It wouldn't give me a name. So if that happens, so sorry, but your name won't be on here. But if your name is open, public, and whatnot, I did put it down. And I did realize that we had 100 subscribers on February 22nd, 2022. If you don't know, that's like Tuesday, because it's February 22, so it's February is the 2nd. And that's on a Tuesday, so it's Tuesday, 2/22/2022, the second century of the second decade, right? Or not century. Second, I don't know, it was like 2000 something. So the second 1,000 years, I don't know. Pretty cool. And I hit 100 subscribers on that day, which is amazing. But I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. You guys are going to be on the back of a Captain's Crunch box that's going to be holding my engine together, believe it or not. But yeah, so thanks everyone for subscribing. I'm going to go put this on the car. I got to do some other stuff to the car before I can put it on the car, on the Accord. But I just want to say thank you for everybody for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you're one of the people here that had subscribed. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. But yeah, see you then.